fashion, music, wellness.
And don't forget sex.
Mostly sex.
If it's trending, they'll be talking about it. Trend Radio is right here.
And right now, I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we always have something great to say.
Because it's us. So stay tuned.
You'll be glad you did. Good morning, Elise.
Oh my gosh, good morning.
Did I shock you? Were you sleeping? What?
You know, for a moment, you did shock me.
Yes.
But you always shock me. I get a little scared sometimes when I see you, especially these days.
Don't get scared. I'll give you $1. I'll give you $1.
I know that joke anyway.
That's a reference if anybody's looking. That was
Your
Chef's
outfit.
mother and father
Your outfit.
on South Park.
Your outfit today.
My outfit is perfect.
Your outfit is weird.
I'm a guy. We don't know how to put stuff together. I needed Mara's help.
I could give you help right now. Just take that tank top off.
Okay, I'll take mine off if you take yours off.
Ha ha ha.
Is that a good deal, Al?
Works for me.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I have something for Faith and Donna.
Okay.
Faith and Donna, you know who you are. And this is for you.
Okay.
Okay, ladies. Now, you guys may be prone to a little inappropriate cyber etiquette.
Oh.
But I am telling you, this is the advice that Elise and I are going to give you today.
Well, didn't we give them
Yes,
advice already?
Yes, but they didn't. They
didn't listen.
They didn't listen. So we're gonna blast it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Alrighty, girls. Don't take the bait if it seems like
yeah.
an ex or anybody is posting things to make you feel bad on purpose.
And you know that they're doing it.
On purpose.
So just don't react to it.
That's right. At least do yourself a favor. Resist that urge to comment, to post, to call, to email, to message.
To blast.
Yes.
To do anything. Let them look like the idiots that they look like.
That they are.
Yeah.
Don't express any jealousy or anger.
Nothing. Especially not on social media. Not the place.
That's right, based on what you've seen. And Donna, if someone is posting things just to provoke you into a reaction, then be the bigger person.
No, you are always the bigger person, Don. The best reaction is no reaction at all.
That's right. Just
That
ignore
will
it.
make them crazy.
That's right. And
Yeah? What? Cat got your tongue there?
yes. Now, girls, Jesse Fox and Robert S. Taconia, he researched breakup-related interpersonal surveillance,
Okay.
which was also referred to as Facebook stalking. And they shared their findings in a September edition of Cyber Psychology, Behavior, and Social Network.
Okay.
And analysis of that data provided about 500 participants revealed that Facebook surveillance was associated with greater current distress over the breakup and more negative feelings, sexual desire, and longing for the ex-partner.
Wow.
So still,
A lot there. A lot of emotion.
yes, Donna, Faith, if you are still in love or grieving over an ex, the best approach is to stay away. Faith, stay away.
Stay away from social media for a little while. Or, here's even a good one, if you need to, block that person so that you don't have to see anything. I think that's always a beautiful thing to do.
Yeah, I like doing that.
Yeah, I know you do. It's all about the block.
That's right. Now, who would be a block blocker?
A block blocker?
I've heard of something. My mind is.
You sure it's block blocker or is it something else blocker?
I don't know. There was some kind of blocker. I thought it was a block blocker.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to certainly say the other word because
No.
I'll be beeped out
That's right.
and in trouble.
Well, anyway, cutting off contact completely with the person that you're trying to get over is really the most effective
Exactly
and
what
the
I just
quickest
said.
way to move on, Donna.
It's all about the block.
That's right.
Block it.
Now, no matter how good the block is or how big that block is, you want to
block it.
You want to block it.
Absolutely.
You absolutely do.
You
Now-
need to.
That's right. Now, through the communication through social media, it may not be necessarily be interactive,
Okay.
but it's still communication, and it will make the healing process,
Exactly.
yeah,
Much
and
harder. Yeah.
That's right. You know, it may be time to defriend the memory altogether.
I think I just said that. It's all about the block.
You're right.
I know I'm right.
Of course you are. You're always right. You're always right. So that's what we've got to say
About that.
to our friends who we care and we love, and we want to give advice that we know they're not going to listen to.
I've been doing that.
Okay, so Elise,
Yes. Anthony.
can agree on how often?
How often for what?
How often to have sex?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's really an important question for couples, you know.
Yeah.
But one that after many, many disagreements, in fact, all of the sex-related arguments between men and women are really the most common frequency.
Do you know what's interesting? Most of the time I hear a lot of women saying things like, oh my God, you know, my guy, my husband, whatever, just all the time, wants it all the time. And, you know, I'm busy. But I do have a few girls that I just don't understand what his problem is. I want him all the time, and where the hell is he? Yeah. And so that was a little bit of a flip.
Well, right, that's right, because, you know, stereotypically, guys want it a lot more, and the girls want it less.
Yeah, but when you occasionally find, you know, there are some girls that are just very sexual and really just want that.
Can you point those girls out to me when they...
You know who they are.
I do?
Yes, you do. And they're not for you. But
Come
anyway.
on, just tell me who they are. Come on, name names.
Yeah.
Name names.
Yeah. Like
Well,
I'm going to do that.
But, you know, we know that that's not true, that men want it more than women.
No, I know a lot of women that want it more than men.
That's right.
And I think the guys are idiots.
Right, and we did a whole show on
thing on
that,
that, yeah.
about women feel just the same way men do.
Absolutely.
About it. And a lot of times, you know, one partner or both will try to use statistics about, you know, about whatever is considered normal.
Normal.
That's
What's
right.
normal?
And we did a whole show on what is normal. There is no normal.
There is no normal.
What's normal for you is different.
It's definitely different for somebody else.
Right, that's right. So, you know, normal really doesn't matter.
No.
So, but here are a few things that you could do or not do to navigate how often.
Okay.
Okay, so, well, first, don't make sex conditional.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Never, never, never put that out there. Don't ever say, well, you know, I need to do this and this first. And then once we get that done, then if there's time, we'll have sex. Don't do that.
Right.
Sex is not about that. It's not a tool like that.
That's right. And he'll respond, well, you know, have sex with me so I can do those things that you want to do.
Exactly.
Or
Don't
talk
do
about
that.
what you
No,
want to talk
it's
about.
not like that. It's not like that. Have sex because you want to. Make love because you want to. Be with each other and share with each other the intimacy because you want to be and share and do. Don't do it because of something else.
But, you know,
What?
you may know or have a low desire male, and he might say, well, I would want to have sex with you if only you weren't angry all the time. You know, that happens.
Yeah. Well, there are some women that are just volatile.
Yeah. And, you know, people believe that they cannot give their partner, you know, what's being asked for until their own needs are met.
That's not true. That's not true. First of all, of course, your own needs should always be met, but you need to meet those needs within yourself. You can't rely on somebody else to meet those needs.
Mm-hmm.
So once you're okay with yourself, because that's really what it's about. be okay with yourself. And if your partner is okay with him or herself, that's fantastic. And then you can be okay with each other. But you can't rely on somebody else to meet your needs.
But can't you give your partner what they need? And I'm not talking about,
You should be
I
able-
need it 3 times a week. I need it 6 times a
You
week.
should be able to give to your partner without your partner giving to you.
Just
And
give them what they
just
need.
give what they need, what they want. You should be able to do that if you love them.
Right. And that could be talking.
It could be anything.
Taking out the trash without being
That
told
could
10
be
times.
listening to them ramble for an hour, hour and a half about what
Torture, yeah.
Yeah. But ramble and be on them for something that they did. Just listen. Just listen to your partner. Maybe he or she needs to get out whatever it is and vent it. And once it's over, it's over.
Well, and some people trade for sexual favors.
What do they trade?
It's like bartering for sex by, well, I'll go with you to the ballet, and then I'll have sex with you. Or if you take out the garbage without me asking, I'll have sex with you. Well, that's eventually going to feel like a payment instead of a mutual
It's
desire.
also conditional too.
That's right.
If you do this with me, I'll do this for you. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Not with sex. I think sex is too intimate and too lovely and too wonderful. And it's such a gift that somebody would give themselves to you that way, that intimately, that I don't think you should do it that way. It should be because you want to.
That's right. I agree too. Separate your intimate life from the list of duties, and make it about seduction. Instead
Absolutely.
Of,
We've always said that.
Yeah.
Seduce them.
We're really ahead of the curve
Absolutely.
on a lot of this
Of course
stuff, aren't
we are, because we're us.
Yeah. Now, we've talked about high desire people and low
There
desire
are people, yes, but there's a way to create high desire.
Oh yeah, we always talk about that. You
Exactly.
create what did we call it?
Everybody out there, if your guy or girl doesn't have that high desire, if you will, but has, a little bit here and there and is waiting and wanting and, whatever, take it away. Just take it away for a little while. They'll want it. They'll want it back.
One of the gals that used to work with us several years ago, she got a book on how to keep the attraction high. And she had little things that she would do. I don't recall all the things, but there was a book out there that, it would be like, leave some really sexy lingerie laying around the house.
Yeah, leave something that is a reminder of your intimate life together.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. Leave something that he or she will find. And
like a little note in his pocket.
Anything.
Hey, I love you and I want you, or something, whatever.
You're
so
you
damn
turn me
cute,
on, something like that.
Yeah.
Or pack his lunch or her lunch or something and slip a note inside.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Or maybe slip a condom inside his lunch bag or in his wallet.
Cute.
And, and with a little note on the condom, expires midnight tonight.
Very cute. The expiration date is really nice.
Yeah.
That'll surely get a smile. And you know what? I know that sexting, sending the text or whatever, not the biggest deal. I have to tell you, everybody, not the biggest deal. This other stuff that you can do without your phones, even better, even sexier, even more intimate.
Yeah. Well,
make them work for it.
If the higher desire person increases their demand for sex, psychologically it could force their partner to feel that their supply of sexual responsiveness will dwindle. On the other hand, low desire partners should initiate occasionally in order to indicate that they still have an interest and an attraction.
An attraction, yeah.
Yeah.
Attraction is so deep. It's so big.
And it's crazy because it works the opposite, of what we think. The more one partner wants it, the less the other partner wants it.
Yeah, but that's where you have to find the happy medium. That's why the one that wants it more, take it away from the one that wants it less. That will change.
You know,
Don't you agree?
yes, I had a friend who said they had a little argument about something silly, just and not even a big argument. Nobody was angry, but the young lady said to her man, "That's it, no sex for you."
Oh,
And her partner said, "Oh, no sex for me? No sex for you." And he was very, very strong-willed, and he held out, and I think for 3 weeks until she was begging. And that never, ever came up again for either partner, ever.
that's good.
Yeah, and I just thought that was a really funny,
That's really
interesting
good. Yeah,
story.
that's good.
So
That's funny.
anyway. So what, averaging. How do you average when to have sex? You know, he wants it 5 days a week, she wants it once a month, and they decide on once a week.
Oh,
Well, more than likely, he's going to feel starved and she will feel drowned in expectations.
oh. Yeah, that's a really extreme thing, though. I can't imagine, once a month and once a day. If you want it once a day and you're only getting it once a week, and then you only want to do it once a month and you're doing it once a week, that's got to be rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe that they aren't the right couple
Yeah.
because
When I was,
I'm just
this is a true story.
okay. So why are you changing the thing?
No, I'm talking about
with okay, you're talking about yourself again. Okay, so let's go on. Let's talk about you.
my hairstylist when I was a young man before I
Yes.
was in the business.
It's all about you.
I would go to my hairstylist and he would discuss his sex life with me. And he would say, I'm going to have to leave her. She doesn't want sex. She just doesn't want it. And even then I thought, well, I don't think it's she doesn't want sex. Maybe she just doesn't want you.
Yeah, maybe she doesn't want it with you. Maybe she's getting it with somebody else.
Oh.
It's possible.
Yeah, well, I didn't know anything about that. But either way, what do we always say? Deep conversation and discussions about how each partner feels about sex, what it means, how they like it. It really does provide a deeper understanding.
Absolutely. And if you're partners, if you're partners and you can't agree on something like this, then maybe you don't belong together.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, because that's rough.
Yeah, and but the communication is really big. And
Communication is big with anything. You know that. I say that all the time. You say that all the time. It's all about how you communicate.
And you want to keep your relationship sensual.
Oh, yes. That's where, the little fun things come in, the little sexy things come in.
And loving things. It doesn't have
Absolutely. Oh, no, it doesn't.
Just
It's
the loving things, yeah.
Just, lean over and kiss his ear.
or
Or,
little stuff like that.
lean over and kiss her neck.
The sex is what differentiates a marriage or a partnership from a friendship.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, without sex, commitment grows a little colder.
Yes.
Yes.
And then there are also couples that have had that intensity and, then they have kids and they have life and they grow apart a little bit intimately, but they're still good friends. And then the kids leave and, they're empty nesters and they rekindle and share something completely different. So there are a lot of different parts of your relationship. But if you're still in that very, very sexual stage and it's not working out, then maybe that's not the right person again.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Because there are ways of being friends, lovers, and then friends.
Yeah.
And compassions.
Friends with benefits.
Well,
maybe?
that's a whole different story. Friends with benefits, we've had that show. That's a different show.
We did. Boy, we talk a lot. We've covered almost everything, haven't we?
We have.
But the show's going to keep on going because
There's so much more to cover.
there is so much out there. And you're not going to hear it anywhere except
for here.
right here
Trend Radio.
with Elise and Anthony.
And you know what? I think it's time for a gift certificate.
Oh, wait a minute.
Email. Nope, you can say that in a minute. Just give me 1 second, because we said Trend Radio.
Yeah.
email me.
It always costs me money every time I say something.
Then stop talking so
You know
much.
what I'm going to do for the next rest of the show is I'm not going to say anything because I know the more I
can't do
talk,
that.
the more it's going to cost me.
He can't do that. But
Yes, I
I wish
can.
it'd
Watch.
be interesting to try. Anyway, email me any sexual question, trendradio920@gmail.com, and I will personally get back to you with whatever question you ask and a $50 gift certificate to Anthony Vincent Salon. You should see this right now. He is sitting here with his mouth closed, but you know what that means? Not only he can't talk, he also can't eat. And there's plenty of food right in front of him. And he's trying to not laugh. He's stifling right now. I'm tickling him. And he's laughing.
All right. I'll talk.
Aw, I didn't make you.
Elise, sex eases the natural grind of daily living, and it adds warmth,
Absolutely.
to the relationship.
Sure does.
Not when you tickle somebody and they can't hold in their laughs, and you rip their shirts while you're.
Oh, I don't have enough
pawing at
nail.
them.
I don't have enough nail to rip your shirt.
Well, if you and your partner repeatedly find yourselves, is that it? Repeatedly? Mm-hmm. Find yourselves at a dead end with this issue, seek out a sex therapist who can give you a couple of strategies tailored to specifically your relationship.
Absolutely. That's a great idea.
Absolutely. And love, be kind to one another, because being kind is better than being right.
Absolutely.
So you're having this problem with your partner,
Right?
and you want to have a sex talk.
Okay.
Well, how do you have a good or even a great sex talk?
I tell you, this is how you have it.
Okay, you tell me.
Okay. You sit down, because if you love your partner, it should be very natural for you to just say, I really need to talk to you. I need to discuss something with you. Could we set aside some time? And then have a nice dinner together and just chat and open that way. That's what I would do.
And, when we fall in love, it really seems so natural and easy that,
Well, it is.
yeah. And we can't imagine that one day, we'll need to talk about, our...
Anything that we need to do. When you first meet somebody, and then when you work with your relationship and you fall in love with that person, you can't even imagine having a fight. But
That's right.
But the truth of the matter is that, because you think you're on the same page, but you know what? You're an individual. He or she is an individual. And so therefore, you're going to have individual issues and your own thoughts, because you don't share your thoughts, although you do about some things, but not about everything. So you need to be able to sit down, because it is natural and easy, and have this conversation.
That's right. And it is entirely okay to discuss, I don't like the word negotiate sex, from frequency
No.
to the
But
quality.
you have to be able to have a conversation. And it's not about a negotiation. It's about coming together as a couple and discussing it. And it should never be a surprise.
No.
Don't put that, you have to say, hey, I need to talk to you about this. This is what we need to discuss.
That's right.
And any conversation should be about that. So this way, there's time to get it together. No matter what, your partner's going to talk to you if they respect you.
That's right. After all, two people bringing two separate blueprints for physical intimacy, they're going to have differences.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you said, don't surprise your partner with a sex talk.
No.
Pick out a neutral spot to discuss this
Yeah.
very sensitive
Exactly.
topic.
You can go to a little restaurant. You can go for coffee. You can go sit in the park. You don't have to be in the home, in your intimate place,
That's right. That's right. And I don't know about the coffee shop talking about sex with although this would be fun for me to, talk about sex in a booth just loud enough so the people in the next booth can overhear you.
Okay, but if it's a serious time, you don't want to be playing games like walking down the aisle of,
like this,
the drugstore and saying, Elise, I have your Depends and your
feminine hygiene products.
Yes. Yes, for everybody to hear.
I think that's hysterical.
Yes, it was. You didn't think it was so hysterical when I said I had your condoms and your Depends.
Well, that's fine. I just had a little song that I enjoyed when you were looking for your feminine anti-itch products.
I was not.
You can tell by the smell that she isn't feeling well when the end of the month comes along.
Is that
You can tell that she's itching by the amount of bitching when the end of the month comes along. For it's hey, 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 screamed at every day.
Thank God that he has a day job.
Are we having a discussion here about what our topics should be talking about?
He's so special.
Yeah, she's talking about the short school bus special.
I'm not.
You're not fooling me, girl.
I wasn't fooling you at all, mister.
Elise, when you're having your conversation, only pick one topic per conversation.
Absolutely. I could not agree with that more, especially once you're having this serious conversation, you can't go into a bunch of different things. You're not at a meeting.
That's right. Even though it seems efficient to get all of these things out all at once.
One thing at a time.
That's right.
Yes, I even know that. I learned that, yes.
Sex
one at a time.
discussions should be short, targeted, and limited. And it's best to sort out complex feelings about relational issues just a little bit at a time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good. That's good.
Okay.
Very good.
For instance, we'll say that Joan wishes Paul would initiate sex rather than her having to do it.
Oh.
And she worries that he doesn't find her attractive or feel very much lust for her. Recently, his erectile dysfunction seems to inhibit him even further.
That's interesting. That is so interesting. I do know a couple that is actually going through something like that. And it's not even, unfortunately, he is having, a few health issues and having a few issues sexually because of it.
Mm-hmm.
But that does not stop them from doing other things.
That's right.
There's so many more intimate things they can do and that you can do.
That's right. But those are three separate conversations. So what do? You tell him how loved she feels when he initiates sex and ask him if he'd be willing to do that on a weekly basis.
Aha. Okay.
Or discuss his attraction to her. Maybe share how reassuring she finds it when he initiates sex, and then ask if there's a way she could be more approachable.
Nice. Very nice. Okay, and another thing that you can do is talk about his erectile dysfunction and create a list of ideas to address it, like visiting a urologist, taking medication, and just building high arousal scenarios. That is so much fun. Oh my God. Listen to this. Driving in the car, going past, a truck, a big high truck, knowing that the truck driver is going to be able to see into the car, and just reach out and just touch her gently, just something very sexy, or pull her in close to you so he sees the two of you close together. Of course, keep your seatbelts on and be safe.
Boy, my mouth is dry over that one.
Yeah.
Now, but don't talk about all three of those things at the same time.
Of course not.
That's right. And this is what I always say. Make suggestions rather than complaints.
Agreed.
Oh, because complaints are
When
just
you
like, I want to live.
You turn each other off.
You turn them off.
And they shut down.
Men
and
stop
there's
hearing.
No way. Yes, they do. Men stop hearing.
That's right.
They don't even, it's not even about listening at this point. They just don't hear. It's amazing. Their ears fall off and they don't hear you. So just relax and make a suggestion. Smile, be kind, because it's always important to be kind. There's no reason to do anything else. And just, be yourself. Be loving and true.
That's right. At least just be nice.
I'm always nice.
Yeah. I mean, to your co-host.
I'm always nice to my co-host.
Okay. I always say, make like a cookie. If you're going to have, like an issue.
A cookie to eat?
Like,
or
no.
What kind of cookie are you talking about?
You sandwich a compliment
Oh.
with...
So like a wafer with sugar inside, or an Oreo?
Well, what you do is you give the sugar first. You tell them how important they are, and then you discuss the problem that you're having.
That's the
and
hard
then
cookie.
Another compliment.
And that's the other part of the cookie.
Yes, that's right.
And it's all together. And it's an Oreo, and then you dip.
Right. So, for example, first, give your partner some reassurance by commenting on a positive aspect of your sex life.
Okay.
Like, I really love it when we laugh in bed together.
Oh, okay.
Then suggest what you want. Other times, I long for more intensity.
Okay.
Like, I think it'd be hot if we try a really sexy come on. So see, there's that cookie,
That's that sugar cookie.
Mm-hmm. And that opens up the discussion for their viewpoint. What do you love and what do you wish were different?
And at that point, really think about what is it that you do love and what is it that you do want. Because that's what's really important. You have to figure that out. You have to know what it is.
So many of us
don't even know what we want.
Don't even know what we want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So really think about, before you have a conversation, really think about what you're going to talk about and what it is that you really want.
That's right. We have this discussion when we have our staff meetings.
Exactly.
I will discuss, what do you guys want? Raise your hand. Tell me what you want. They don't know what they want. They don't have a crystal clear vision of where they're going.
Okay. At our staff meetings, that's a little bit different than couples that are going through
I don't agree.
Intimacy
it's
issues.
The same thing.
It's really not, because at our staff meetings, you're the one who's running the meeting and you're the one who's teaching what it is.
I'm the boss and I'm the big daddy there, and I have to teach them and give them guidance.
Giving them guidance and telling them what it is that they actually really do want in order to be successful.
I'm not telling them what they want. I'm letting them know what they need to be successful.
Okay.
These are what they want can only
be from them.
And the point that I'm making is, no one has ever said, in a year, I want to have this. In a week, I want to do that. Next month, I anticipate this.
Okay, you know what? That's a good thing for us to discuss then with them next time, because you know what? That's not true. They just haven't said it to you and at the meetings, but they have. There are some of them that have said it to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's because they like you more than they like me.
That's not even a reasonable.
I'm the boss. It is the boss and them. It's always been that way.
They like you.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying. There's two sides here. It's the boss. It is management and employee. And the two shall never meet with the same idea or the same goal.
Okay. Whatever you say, sir.
All right. Now, you know what? I don't know why you got off the subject and started talking about staff meetings.
I did it because you brought it up, first of all. I really wanted to aggravate you, okay?
You said it.
You said it first.
You're always changing the subject.
Oh, my God.
I try to stay on point. And you're constantly, I don't know where that you come up with these ideas. Now, what we're talking about is real secrets to keeping sex hot.
Well, you know what?
Because sometimes, it ain't so hot.
You better stop while you're ahead.
All right, we're going to take a quick break.
Trend Radio continues after this on 920 The Jersey.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
Let's get serious now.
Okay.
All right. In the early years of relationship, sex is hot, hot, hot.
Oh, yeah.
But how do married couples and committed partners keep sexual passion alive over the long haul?
Oh, my God. There's so many things.
Like
So many.
listening to our show.
Absolutely. But wearing a sexy bra, sexy panties, sending, again, a tissue with your scent on it and your kiss, your lipstick kiss.
Sex
that-
toys, maybe?
Yeah, you can do that. That makes it hot. There's so many different things.
That's true. There are. But long-term desire is rooted in something much more challenging. A commitment to a deeper vulnerability.
Oh, yeah. When you're vulnerable and you keep yourself vulnerable to each other, that...
And submission.
Okay, well, each one has to
Submit to
submit
the other.
to the other.
In one way.
Absolutely.
Now, what makes vulnerability so challenging? Well, for most couples, the biggest challenge is the need for independence and the need for a closeness.
Well, you want to stay close.
Of course.
But sometimes if you're not vulnerable, if you can't get to that point, they can't see inside you. And that's so important to show them that.
Right. But I know strong women,
Oh my God.
like yourself.
I'm very strong.
You're a very, very strong woman, a pain in the butt most of the time. But
Unbelievable.
I know that you're good. And this is
not about me.
No? Oh.
I never make it about me. And why are you making it about me?
Well, I see things different. You're from Venus, I'm from Mars.
Yeah.
Now, anyway, so it really is the balance between the independence and that need for closeness. And each partner in a relationship, whether it's a personal relationship or a business relationship, they must decide how much independence they're willing to give up to gain that amount of closeness and trust.
Okay. For instance, your partner wants to spend more close time, more time intimately, more time having sex. But you feel you need to donate more time to work or whatever it is. Or one wants to spend time talking and being
there's
close.
that talking,
and
yeah.
Talking is wonderful,
Mm-hmm.
As opposed, to the other wishing, to train for a marathon or a race or something like that, for independence. There are just different things, and the thing that happens, your intimacy and your sex life get caught up in that same struggle.
That's right.
You just can't help it.
That's right.
So, I think you have some ways to detangle. the sex and the intimacy from that
Yes,
whole power
that's
struggle.
what our show is all about. If you're joining us just now, you're listening to Elise and Anthony Vincent, and we talk about relationships, love, lust, and sex.
Mostly sex.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the power struggle.
Yeah,
Now-
there is a big power struggle. In fact, there's going to be a big power struggle here in a few minutes. Just saying.
Well, it may not stop sex altogether, but it could create a very unsatisfactory sex life with all of that struggling.
True. So what you can do is discover your partner again, over and over and over again. Because, as you grow, you sometimes don't realize that there might be more to your partner than what you think.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. So the same goes for assumptions about what your partner likes in bed. Ask again and try new things.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah.
And respect the differences that are non-essential.
Respect your partner no matter what.
That's right. Couples spend hours arguing about the proper way to cut up a fish for the grill, each wanting to control the other. And their sex life was hopelessly snagged, even though they both felt attraction and desire.
That's because you're trying to control each other. You can't do that.
No.
Step back, get rid of the control. There's no reason to that.
That's
for
right.
that.
Just let the other be. Let your co-host go on about whatever he thinks he should talk about, and you can talk about whatever you think. It's mutual,
You know what?
Elise, mutual.
In this day and age, balance is the power and the key to a relationship.
Oh.
Absolutely. You can't possibly give power to, quote unquote, the one who holds the purse strings, because that's not the way it is anymore. One makes the money and the other's in the bedroom. It's not like that.
That's right. Right.
Everything is fair. Women and men, and whatever your couple life is, woman, man, woman, man, everybody is equal. Everybody works, especially in this economy. So there is no purse strings. That's what it is. And you know
And
what?
there's no key to the bedroom, as you said.
Absolutely. It's not like that. So you have to be fair. You have to be fair, because even the women that are stay-at-home moms, that is a job.
Request what you want in bed rather than complain about what you're not getting.
Absolutely. That goes right back to suggest instead of complain.
And demand.
Yes.
Commit to giving love in the way that your partner asks for it.
If you love your partner and you want to please your partner, commit to make sure you give your partner what they love and what they want and
That's
what
right.
they're going to give you.
Right. And then add a couple of items to spice up your sex life.
Yeah, nothing wrong with spice.
No, I love it. Couples often ask, how can they spice things up in bed? And I think sex is about excitement, feeling good, and connecting with one another.
Oh, the connection is huge. Absolutely.
And, if you need a few specific suggestions, well, Elise and I have a few ideas that you can add to the bedroom to heat things up a little
Okay.
bit. And,
What's the first one?
well, this one is really easy. It's one of those wand-style vibrators.
Oh, okay.
We had a whole show on vibrators.
We
and-
had a whole show on sex toys.
That's right. And the vibrator's been around for over 100 years. And
This is just going to cost him a lot of money in a couple of minutes. Sorry.
I'm not giving away any vibrators.
I wasn't
sorry.
asking you to.
It is estimated that 60% of American women, 60%, own a vibrator.
Absolutely.
And some women feel a little anxiety over the possibility of that toy being discovered.
There are so many ways that toy doesn't need to be discovered, first of all. And secondly, there are so many vibrators and so many toys that can add spice to your life that don't actually even look like vibrators.
That's right. They don't.
Okay? And so I'm going to just say this, and I can't help myself. Email me at trendradio920@gmail.com, and I'm going to send you a list of all different kinds of toys that don't actually look like sex toys. And along with it, a gift certificate to Anthony Vincent Salon for $50.
There she goes again.
Yeah, well, you know what? Come in, get your hair did, and then go out with your guy or girl, whatever, and enjoy yourself. What the heck is wrong with you? He loves it.
You know, another good thing is, and I happen to have one of these, and I love it. It's a heated mattress bed.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
You know, and although that doesn't seem like one of the sexiest additions, it's probably the most useful when the weather grows colder like now.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, a lot of women do not want to have sex if they're cold.
And there are a lot of men who need to be warm to have sex.
That's
I'll
right.
just say that.
Because when they're cold, everything kind of shrinks up a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
It's like jumping into a cold pool.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not good.
Exactly.
You know?
So here's what I want to ask. What is a water vibrator?
Oh, okay. A water vibrator.
Do you know what that is? Did
Well-
you ever hear of it?
I never heard of it. Have you?
I just asked you what it was.
Oh, okay. Well, I've never really heard of one before we researched it for this show, but it kind of goes like this. It's a double-person tub soak. The two of you in the tub
Okay,
together.
so you're taking a bath
bath
together, a sexy bath together. Oh,
Okay, so
and it's a
it's-
waterproof vibrator.
Yes.
In the tub, okay.
Right.
Very cool.
You're right. Not an electric one.
So
it's a
that's-
battery-operated one.
That's what it is. Oh,
That's right.
okay.
That's right.
Do you know another thing that's really hot? Scarves. Beautiful, beautiful, sexy, silky, long scarves. Tie each other up.
That's right. And that movie, 50 Shades of Grey, I think that brought out a lot of women who are secretly into light bondage.
It's possible that 50 Shades of Grey had something to do with it, but I think that people, honestly, were fine even without 50 Shades of Grey. I don't think 50 Shades of Grey actually added to people's lives. They could have gotten it, before that or after that without this movie.
Well, I think before the movie, I mean, if you're going to get tied up with a scarf, it would be like to the coffee table or something.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes, but you can just do it in bed too or anywhere. Mm-hmm. You could do it in the car.
Okay.
In front of the
in front of the truck driver.
truck driver.
The scarves are cool. Neckties. Mm-hmm. And you were saying you don't have to be tied to the coffee table. It could be to the bed frame. And if, she's a little squeamish, you can, prompt her to hold on to them psychologically. Wrap them around her and have her hold them. But
and she's still tied up.
She's still tied up, but if she feels issues, she can let them go and let herself go.
And I have to tell you, it's a very, very sexy thing for your partner to just be there tied up and to be the only one receiving pleasure.
That's right.
That's very sexy. Your partner will think that's very sexy. And so just give into it and enjoy it.
Yeah. And at least this is something else that I never heard about. It's a penis ring with vibrator.
Yeah. I've
Now,
heard of those.
You have?
Yeah. I was
Okay.
at a little party.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and they were
I never
selling
get
them.
invited to those parties. They're all
They're for
girls.
girls.
Yeah, I know.
They're for girls.
It's interesting because if a girl has this kind of party, they're fun and they're
They
cute.
are fun, and you know what? You should be very happy because the men are the recipient of the little.
But what I'm
gifts.
about to say, if a guy had these parties, they would be like
Dirty.
deviants.
Dirty.
There is such a double standard here.
Yeah. I was actually at one of these parties once, and there was stimulating cream, and one of the girls wanted to see if it really, really worked. Well, yeah, it stimulates. Oh my, it stimulates. It works. Everybody bought it.
Do you know anyone that ever used a penis ring with a vibrator?
I don't remember if anybody.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, they say it increases her odds of
Having an orgasm
yes,
during
yes.
sexual intercourse. Interesting. That's very interesting.
And I'm telling you, Lisa, I'm so glad we do this show because, I've never heard about some of this stuff that we talk about.
Oh, no, and it's great. What's so fantastic about it is if we've never heard of it, chances are many other people haven't.
That's right.
And so this way, it's a fantastic education. Nothing wrong with a little bit of sexual and intimate education.
That's right.
It'll just make your life better.
That's right. And, if we haven't heard of it, I know half of our listeners never heard of it. Yeah, right. Well, I'm just saying. I'm just repeating what you said.
Oh, you're right.
So.
See that? See that?
Well, there are mistakes men could make in bed.
Oh, there are plenty of mistakes
And
men have made in bed.
if you just spring a vibrating penis ring on somebody, I think that could make a mistake. I don't know.
Well, I don't think that that's the way you do it. I don't think you just spring it on them. You say, "Honey, look what I bought at the party." And he says, "What's that?" And you say, "Honey, let me show you."
Did you buy one of those things at that party you went to?
I actually didn't.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, okay. Most men listen to our show to learn better techniques.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny. We do this show and I learned better techniques from all this research that we do. But, it's important to know what she likes specifically. And
Agreed.
His sexual skill isn't usually what's causing the problem. If he's making a mistake, it's more likely to be thinking that her lower desire means he's unattractive.
When it's really not like that.
No,
especially not for men.
That's right.
Okay? Yeah.
Because when a guy sees a beautiful woman, cross his path, he feels something in his body.
Oh, yeah, he does.
That's right. And his attraction stirs up sensation in his genitals.
Yeah.
Now,
I know a man who it doesn't matter what the woman is either, whether she's frumpy or chubby or ugly or anything, just stirs something for him.
That's right. Male desire is rooted in his body. Her desire springs from her emotion. I think you said that earlier.
I did.
And her imagination and her fantasy.
And her memory.
Yes.
Yes. And then good seduction helps her anticipate that moment and build her sexual fantasy, which is about her man. That's the difference.
That's right. The difference between men and women arousal path is different. Is like the difference between a gas grill and a charcoal grill.
Yeah. Yeah. Some are instantly turned on and some you have to work on.
That's right. You got to warm them up. You got to heat them coals up before you put the meat on.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
If she is aware of your frustration and disappointment, her self-consciousness will make her even slower to be aroused.
So really, just take your time and enjoy that slow burn.
Oh, yes.
Savor it. Savor that tantalization.
Yeah. And eat your meat rare.
And just so you know, good sex, not about performance.
That's right.
Not about performance and not about the orgasm. It is the journey.
The journey.
It's what you do together. So don't worry.
That's right. Men
often ruin an intimacy. They just do.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're worrying about their erections and how long they last. And, if a man struggles with erections, he may need to retreat in a bubble of concentration in order for him, to climax.
But don't do that. Just focus on what's happening. Focus on the feeling,
That's right.
This way, if you're focusing on that, you'll seem isolated and distant, and detached. You don't want to do that. Stay with her. Stay connected.
That's right. Whisper words in her ear about her, how desirable she is and how much you want her. And if the erection is a little slow,
That's okay.
Welcome it as an interval to arouse her body.
And work with her. Exactly.
That's right. once men understand how long it takes to arouse a woman, they want to get that process started. Since they like their genitals stimulated directly, they assume their partner would appreciate that same.
It's not the same thing.
No.
It's Mars and Venus, remember?
That's right. You need to allow
Charcoal
her,
ink baths. Yeah.
to prepare psychologically. The grab in the kitchen feels invasive. That's what I like to do in the kitchen. But that's me. Under the covers to initiate a surprising and, that early stimulation doesn't necessarily excite. Instead, spend more time kissing and caressing
Touching,
your lady. That's right.
loving. What women feel in their vaginas, it's not the same. It's not the reverse of what men feel in their penis. Sensation in the penis is based on touch, whereas in the vagina, feelings are created by nerves and pressure, that kind of thing. For women, it's clitoral, and that parallels the penile sensation. And women are a little bit more sensitive. Their nerves are very different. Whereas with men, everything is just right there. So remember that the clitoris, not anything else, that's the center of her sexual universe.
You got that?
I think they got that.
Hi, I'm Nick Clemens, and I want to see you at the 5th Annual Big Man's Bash, January 7th at Bar A in beautiful Belmar, New Jersey on Lake Como. Doors open at 1. We'll see you there.
And it benefits.
Oh, it's amazing what it benefits. 2 organizations. The CFC Loud and Clear Foundation, which is an aftercare 501c3 nonprofit organization. And that organization provides free services to families suffering from addiction. And it also benefits...
Oh, yeah. Is it TOPAC?
It's TOPAC, which is the Overdose Prevention Agency Corporation. And that's right here in Hamilton, New Jersey.
That's right. They, thanks to Paul Rissler, they work very, very hard to educate the public.
Yeah.
And the goal is very, very simple.
Yes, to save lives.
Save lives. That's what they do.
Absolutely. We look forward to seeing you Saturday night, January 7th.
All right. You've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. You want more? Go right to our website, 920thejersey.com. Click on demand and scroll directly to us.
And get the lowdown on getting down. Tune into your bad boy inside you.
Or your bad girl.
Listen each week. We always have something sexy to say. Got questions? Email us now. trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
And remember, your smile is your logo. Your personality is your business card.
But how you make people feel, well, that becomes your trademark.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.